All right, welcome everybody. Today we're going to go ahead and put all the drawers and doors and everything else, the Softclose and everything, into the island. So with that, let's get started with one of these Maximera drawers. And for anybody who this is the first time you're here, my name is Jared Myers, and I spent 6 months of all my free time renovating my kitchen, and I recorded as much as I could so that way I could share with everybody as much as I could. These drawers are pretty simple. They just snap together like that. Make sure you pay attention to the sides of the bottom of the drawer when you put it together. Those little things slide into the notches on the bottom. This screw right here locks in the bottom of the drawer into the metal so it doesn't slide out. All right, that's the drawer face right there. Pay attention to the sticker because that decides whether it goes up or down. And these are the pieces that you attach to it that make it super simple to snap it right into the side rails. Now these are the second part, and depending on what drawer you have, will depend on where you put the mounting for them. And these are what allows you to snap in the bars on the sides. It's pretty awesome. Check it out. Very easy to snap this into the side. You just line it up, give it a little tap, pops together. Next, you're going to snap these little covers into place. They just kind of cover things up, make it look nice. And then you're going to snap these in. These allow you to adjust the face of the door forward and backwards, and it also gives support that it needs from the front to the back. All right, almost done. Flip it over, and then you're going to put this little plastic piece on with 3 screws, and that keeps the bottom from sagging. Next, you're going to go ahead and take the rails and install them in the cabinet. And depending on whether it's an interior or exterior door, like a hidden drawer versus an exterior drawer, will depend on where you mount it in those holes. Next, I installed the drawer. It's pretty simple. You just put it on the tracks and you kind of push it back kind of hard. I always feel like I'm breaking it when I do it, and it doesn't sound very good, but after you push it in hard, then it functions normally. And these are just covers to go over the sides. Inside that hole is a way to adjust the cabinet forward, backwards, up and down. That's where your adjustments are made. All right, next I'm going to put it in a shelf, and obviously I'm going to get some help from Lennon. But these will just go in wherever you have planned the cabinet out, and you just push them in the holes, and then you drop the shelf on top of them, and that's it. Next, we're going to put the cabinet doors on, and I love these hinges. They're super simple. You pop them into the routed holes, and yes, snap them down, and that snapping action actually pushes out against the inside of that routed area, and it just locks it right into place. It's really great. Then you're going to follow that up by taking the mounting hardware, and you're going to make sure that's mounted on the inside of the cabinet and in the proper direction. You can see it's marked on it, and one side goes out and the other side goes in. So you just pop them in, and then you go ahead and screw them in. And it's just kind of this teetering rock action rocking action that you just kind of put it in place and kind of push the back of it down, and it just pops right off. And so it doesn't bang real hard. You just put these little sticker bumpers on in the appropriate places, wherever the door might hit, whether it's shelves or the edge of the cabinet box. Dampens the sound and it sounds pretty good. Here I'm just installing the hardware for the other door, and I'm just going to put that one on too. All right, now I have a few more doors and drawers to put together, so we're just going to watch a little bit here, and then after a while I'm going to make it go even faster to get through all these, and I'll show you some important things along the way, like this thing. This is what makes it soft close. You just snap these on the back of the rail, and like that, they're magic. I love those. Those are great. So with that, let's just watch how these drawers go together and get installed. I'm just going to speed it up. All right, so with these cabinets, I plan on not having any handles on them, so I'm going to install this little thing here that lets you push it, and it's like a push to open. Now, the first time I mounted this, I thought, oh, I'll put it on the bottom. That's a good idea. Later on, I realized, of course, that this wasn't the best place to put it, so I ended up moving it. So just plan out where you're going to put it and where you think you're going to be pressing it. This was at the bottom, so that means you would have to bend all the way over and press the bottom of the cabinet to pop it out, when in reality, you probably want it 3/4 of the way up where you're going to be pushing on it. So minor adjustment that I had to make, but they're pretty simple. You just do a couple pre-drill holes and then use 2 screws to pop it in place. And you can see me here testing this out and realizing that this isn't gonna work because I should really be pushing in the middle of the door. Oh, that's so much better. Now that I got that done, I went ahead and went back to my pantry and decided to add some more soft close to these hinges. It's very simple. It's just a little pop-on part that you put on, and I'll just show you how easy it is right here. Again, these are very similar to the hinges. You just kind of like put them in place and you just snap them on, and then with that, you have a soft close door. All right, with that, we're back to building drawers and putting cabinet doors on the island. Okay, now you remember how I said that you can tell the difference between an interior and exterior door depending on where you mount the rails? Well, you can see it right here. Interior door is going to be mounted back, and an exterior door is going to be mounted out. So the interior doors are the ones that are hidden behind the exterior ones or behind a cabinet door. So just to give you an idea of how the different drawers work depending on how you mount them. Here on the instructions, it'll show you which way to go depending on if it's an interior or an exterior door and where you mount it. So the instructions are pretty helpful and pretty useful, so use them. All right, we have a lot more to do, so I'm just going to speed it up and not show you this process of putting together every single drawer because you've already seen it 3 times and probably more, and they're all very similar and the same. They're just different sizes. So with that, let's finish up these doors and drawers. Okay, now it's time to put some handles on these. We went with just a very simple bar, gold bar. We loved them. We thought they were simple and beautiful, and I went ahead and made a template so that way I could just put it on top of the door, and they would all be exactly the same as long as I found the center of the door. So here's my template, and it was just to basically drill a pilot hole and then take it off and drill it all the way through without it. And at the top is just a piece of metal angled that went ahead and hung onto the top of the drawer. That's it. You obviously don't have to do a template. I just did it because I want to make sure they all stayed the same and that it was just simple to do over and over again. All I had to do was measure the center and mark it on the top, and then match that center line with the center line on my template and drill. Hey, if you guys found any of this helpful or useful, and what is my cat staring at? Give me a like, maybe subscribe. Appreciate it. All right, so that's it. Just a little cleanup with a vacuum from all the drilling. And next, guys, we've got some end pieces on the sides of the cabinets to take care of and just some other random things like that. So stick around for those. And if you want to see how I did that, click here.